All right, good morning. My name is Drew Moser. I'm the CEO of the Lucky Duck Foundation. Our mission is to prevent and alleviate the suffering of homelessness throughout San Diego County, and our co-founders match all gifts, or all donations up to $1.5 million a year. Every day our group goes to bed and wakes up thinking about how can we most quickly, cost effectively, and humanely help those suffering from homelessness move off the streets by helping them find a bright, immediate, and ideally a permanent pathway off the streets. And just a few of the facts that guide our work and our approach every day are as follows. There's easily over 5,700 individuals that sleep on the streets every single night throughout the county, and frankly, that's probably a low count. About 50% of the chronically homeless population suffered from homelessness as a youth. Older adults, meaning those that are 55 and up, are the largest and the fastest growing segment of the unsheltered homeless population, and just about half are falling onto the streets for the very first time in their life. Some entities are spending $600,000 and $700,000 and more per unit, aka per bed, which also takes years, if not decades, to bring online to address this issue. And for every 10 people who seek a shelter bed, which by the way come online much more quickly and cost effectively than those housing units, for every 10 people who seek a shelter bed, only one is placed because shelters are full and demand requires such. So all that to say, a deliberative regional approach that's based on urgency and cost effectiveness is critically needed to add immediately available beds and pathways off the streets. A few years ago, Donnie and I were meeting, and he showed me a graphic of his early thinking or approach on how the rescue mission could deliberately and urgently and regionally address this issue. So that's a compelling graphic and vision. Why don't you come in and talk to our group and explain what you're thinking? That quickly turned into $1 million commitment from Lucky Duck to activate additional shelter beds across the county, including this shelter behind me here. And our group remains laser focused on helping people move off the streets as quickly as possible. And you know, the folks that are focused on housing, that's great. Again, it's very costly and it's very long term. Our group has a belief that nobody fights an active wildfire by planting more trees. You have to get the issue under control quickly. And there's a tragic wildfire of people suffering on the streets across the county. So all that to say, to address this today, we're announcing a new partnership between the Lucky Duck Foundation and the San Diego Rescue Mission and the city of Vista, where Lucky Duck Foundation will provide $10,000 for every new and incremental shelter bed the rescue mission activates between now and June 30th of 2026, up to $1.5 million. Additionally, this will include the expansion of the Lucky Duck Foundation's Cash for Trash program, which pays homeless individuals $2 for every bag of trash that they clean up from encampments and city streets. And this program has removed already 225 tons of trash from downtown San Diego. So why now? Why this approach? Why the rescue mission? There's several reasons. I'll give you a few of them. First, we've prioritized youth and we've prioritized seniors, two highly vulnerable segments of the population that can and want to be helped. And the rescue mission serves a large number of youth and seniors. Nearly 30% of seniors are served through their various shelters and programs. And then depending on the location of the program, 15 to 20% of the folks they serve are youth. Secondly, they refuse to operate at the speed of government, and they operate with a great sense of urgency. It's a very practical, it's a very cost-effective approach. But most importantly, it puts the individual first to help that individual find a bright and immediate pathway, and ideally a permanent pathway off the streets. And case in point is, look at this shelter behind me, and members of the media, if you have not been inside, I highly encourage you to go and check it out. As the late Peter Sider would say, it is best in class, and that's exactly what the rescue mission is. So, $1.5 million I might be able to help 2, maybe 3 people in total with new housing many years, if not decades, down the road. But with this approach, as many as 150 people will be able to be helped at one time, and many, many more over time. So we're honored to partner with the Rescue Mission. We're honored to accelerate our collective vision to approach this issue with a great sense of urgency, a very cost-effective, humane, practical approach to stand up more immediately available beds throughout San Diego County. So again, we're excited to launch this thing and link arms with Donnie D and his great team from the Rescue Mission to meaningfully expand shelter capacity across the county. So with that, I'll welcome Donnie D.
I want to thank Drew from Lucky Duck Foundation. I want to thank Mayor Franklin from the City of Vista, and I want to thank you all for being here. I think today is an exciting day. It's an exciting day for the San Diego Rescue Mission. It's certainly an exciting day for Lucky Duck and for the City of Vista, because we are talking about a new partnership. We say all the time at the San Diego Rescue Mission that homelessness is not a government problem to fix. We don't think they can fix this. It's a community issue to address. And what you're seeing today is a partnership. Lucky Duck has done so much for so many organizations, and their commitment to us and the work we do is an incredible blessing. And this new commitment, as we expand our shelters from Oceanside to Vista, and as we open up a new shelter sometime in 2026, we hope, in East County, will be the way that we'll move people from experiencing homelessness into a 30-day shelter like the one you see behind me, to where they need to go next to take a positive step forward and out of homelessness. Homelessness is a complicated issue. It's not just addiction. Most San Diegans would say that. It's not just housing. Most people in government would say that. We know at the San Diego Rescue Mission, and this is a shared belief with Vista, and it's a shared belief with Lucky Duck, that it's a heart issue, H-E-A-R-T. And if we can begin to address the issues of the heart, we can actually change the state of homelessness in San Diego. Homelessness is not just about addiction. It's not just about lack of affordable housing or the cost of living or the decriminalization of drug use. Those are all factors that we have to talk about, and those are all factors that have to be considered. We think that homelessness first starts with, let's have a conversation about what's going on in your heart. How did you end up homelessness? What was the trauma that you experienced? And we do that in facilities like the one that you see behind you. We will open up one just like this in North County, in Vista. We'll begin to look at buildings this week and hopefully have that online in the next 6 to 9 months. And we'll open up one in East County, hopefully sometime in the next year as well. And these 3 remote sites that we call lighthouses is how we will get people off the streets immediately. We think that by doing outreach and asking them when we're doing outreach to go get a license and to get signed up for health care and to go get in line for housing, although those are the appropriate next steps, they're not doing that while they're sleeping under a bridge or sleeping on a sidewalk. So our focus, and these 3 organizations are in agreement, is let's get you inside. Let's get you inside to a facility that is absolutely spectacular, that you feel hopeful when you walk through the front door. And the one requirement for you when you come to our facility is you have to be case managed. And it'll be through that case management that we help you figure out where you go next. We think that's the solution. The principle is this: when people start feeling like people again, they start acting like people again. The other principle is we're not going to use broken things to heal broken people. And so as you walk through this facility, you're going to see first class. We spared no expense. That's why it's such a blessing to have the Lucky Duck with their resources to invest in the San Diego Rescue Mission in this way. This building behind us wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for Lucky Duck and all of our private donors that made this possible. And now to have a city like Mayor Franklin that's willing to give us a 5-0 vote 2 weeks ago to allow us to operate their shelter is really an incredible blessing. And the agreement is this: Vista, you give us a building that meets our specs, that is first class, and people feel hopeful when they walk in here. And we will, with our donors, Lucky Duck and all of our private donors, we will pay 100% of the cost to operate. That's the agreement. And so today what you're seeing more than anything else is a breaking down of the silos that exist, because there's a lot of silos in how we address this issue of homelessness. And today you're seeing 3 big organizations that are joining together on behalf of the person experiencing homelessness. Mayor Franklin is a good friend. Of all the mayors that I've gotten to know, his city has a vision. They have staff dedicated on their team that address homelessness every day. They have a strategic plan around homelessness. They've been working this strategic plan the last couple of years. And now it's time for them to get a shelter, and they voted for us 5-0 to operate their shelter when that thing comes online. So I want you to help me welcome the mayor of Vista, John Franklin.
Donnie, thank you very much. Drew, thank you to all of the people, the rescue mission, all the people who invest in it, all of those who have participated. thank you, because we're not just here today to talk about a building. We're here to talk about the people that make a navigation center. Some in the past we've called them shelters. Why do we call it a navigation center? Because it's a place to come and navigate your way to permanent housing. It's a place to navigate your way to a permanent end to homelessness. And it's about the philosophy of the people who operate it. The rescue mission is the right partner. We brought them into the city of Vista about a year ago to begin doing our outreach to the homeless, and they have had tremendous results. We have had a near complete turnaround in what we call the service resistant population. That's people who, when we ask them if they'll accept our help, come to the shelter, they've said no. We've seen a reversal of that. With the right hand, we've offered everything that a person could need to be healed from homelessness, to accept a hand up. And we have made that meaningful promise that a shelter bed will be available. We need more beds to keep that promise. We've paired that promise to provide services with a left hand, we provided accountability, law enforcement. Our residents deserve a clean and safe neighborhood. We're not ashamed to say that. But to do that, we need to prove to the entire community the sincerity of our heart to provide services to get every single person off of our streets, because no one should live on our streets and no one should die on our streets. And way too many people are dying on the streets of San Diego County each and every year. I'm so proud. We've had tremendous numbers. I want to share a couple of them with you. Just since we began in November of 2024, 134 people have accepted shelter. 22 have secured permanent housing through the rescue missions work. Many more have secured permanent housing through the work of our temporary navigation center. Our commitment is, when that navigation center pilot project comes to an end, we will be cutting the ribbon with the rescue mission on a new permanent lighthouse in the city of Vista to provide permanent shelter, a permanent shelter opportunity and a pathway to permanent housing for the people of our city. Donnie and the rescue mission and Drew, Lucky Duck Foundation, thank you so much for the investment and the partnership with the city of Vista. To have the rescue mission step up and say that they're going to provide the funding through their investors to finance the operation of a navigation center in our city is tremendous. The government cannot solve this problem alone. This partnership is about a partnership between the private community and the government to solve a huge problem, which we can solve together, as Donnie said, when we start with addressing the issues of the heart. Thank you, all of you, for being here today and for the partnership. All right, thanks, Donnie.
Appreciate it, Mayor. Thought it'd be good for you all to hear from somebody that briefly that has been in this facility, because it's not just about the building and the furnishings and about the first class facility that we're providing. It's about our staff that I think does this work better than anybody. And not that it's a competition, but there is a way in which you address people experiencing homelessness. And I want to hear from one of our own, one that we are super proud of because of what she's done with her life. They know when they come in here that we can't want this more than you want this. But if you want this, there's a whole community that stands with you and will walk with you through this out of your darkness and out of homelessness. Her name is Rita Dean, and I thought it'd be good if I asked her a couple of questions so you could hear about her experience. So help me welcome Rita Dean. How are you? Good to see you. Thanks for taking a few moments to share your story. So share with these guys just what was going on in your life before you came to the South County Lighthouse here in National City.
Well, I was homeless. I was in my addiction, and I was tired of it. I needed my life back. I needed my family back. So I said, you know what? You got to do something. So I made a phone call, got referred here, stayed at the lighthouse, changed my life, accepted Jesus, and things are changing. I'm gaining my family back. I'm sober 10 months.
Oh, way to go. Congratulations.
So I'm happy.
Well, super proud of you. And you put in the work, right? And it was hard. But as you think back on your time here at the South County Lighthouse, what was your biggest takeaway? What was the thing that you remember during your time here? Because you did go from here to our big building downtown, which is Mission Academy. That's a 12-month program. Another conversation for another day. But I want you to think about your time here at the Lighthouse. What was your biggest takeaway?
Just leaving the staff, leaving this place. I mean, this was like home to me. But it helped me remain sober, helped me remain faithful. I mean, kept my faith in God, and I just wanted to move. I wanted to live life again.
Share with us what you're doing now.
Right now, I'm working at Petco Park. and I'm staying sober, and I'm with Jesus. Jesus is always with me. I'm constantly praying, and I'm looking for a place to live so that I can have my family with me.
Well, good job, Rita Dean. We're super proud of you. Well, that's a wrap, you all, and I just thought it'd be good for you to hear a few things from us, Lucky Duck Foundation, and the City of Vista and the San Diego Rescue Mission. We are around if you have any questions and want to do some private interviews. I want to thank Contessa and our team, Cedric and the marketing team, for making today possible, and just means a lot that you guys took time out of your busy day with all the stuff that you have to cover to come here and hear about this new partnership that's going to be a big step in the right direction of changing homelessness in San Diego. Thanks for being here, everybody.
Donnie, should we ask if they got any questions for us while they're set up?
I think we decided that we were gonna do that
One-on-one.
one-on-one
Okay,
after.
you got it.
So we're around for questions. If you want to talk to me, our board chairman is here, or any of our staff, happy to answer any questions.
Perfect.
Thanks, you guys.